Right there.
There he is.
Nice.
All right, man.
All right.
All right, he's here. Hope everything came out okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. My name is Mark Otto. I served as mayor of the City of Erlanger between 1993 and the year 2006. And I can tell you from experience, there is only one person on the planet who should be our next mayor, and that's Randy Blankenship. I've known Randy since high school. We were classmates at Lloyd High School, and I can tell you this. Randy is a lot like Patty Sutcamp. He is 100% Erlanger through and through. His business is in Erlanger. He raised his family in Erlanger. His kids went to Lloyd High School. Randy went to Lloyd High School. He served on my legislative body and was one of the best councilmen I've ever had. And I can tell you, there's only one person on the planet who needs to be the next mayor of the City of Erlanger. I will share a story with you. I happen to have an 86-year-old mother who's still with us, and I'm very lucky to have an 86-year-old mother. But I was over at her house last night. She tried to talk me into going to the grocery tonight for her. And I decided to tell her that I had to be at Randy's fundraiser, so I couldn't go to the grocery with her. And she said, oh, Mark, that's right. Randy is running for mayor of the City of Erlanger, isn't he? I said, absolutely, and he's going to win. And she says, oh, he'll be just fine. He's a lot smarter than you. So with that being said, for my 86-year-old mother, it's my privilege and honor to introduce you to our next mayor, Randy Blankenship.
Wow, what an introduction from that. I mean, I'll take Mrs. Otto's endorsement like that every day. Thank you. Mark, I appreciate you giving me the introduction. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. You know, a lot of work goes into putting on an event like this, and we had a lot of help. I've got a great campaign committee that's working with me. Mark is among them. I've got my brother Jeff who's helping me out. My law partner Ed Massey, Brandon Ferris who's right here. He's a very creative guy. He's coming up with some great ideas. Frank Wickman, of course, is helping us out. And J.D. Dunhoff, who was here a little bit earlier, had to take off. But we got a great committee that's putting this together, and they're doing a really nice job. They're coming up with all kinds of ideas, and they're actually making me look good. So that takes some doing. I want to thank all of you all for being here tonight. I want to thank my family for helping me out here. My wife Kathy and my daughter Amy have put in a lot of work to get the house in shape and everything else that we need to do to make this thing happen. They put a lot of food together and everything else. My friend Jeff Nelson, who I went to high school with as well, another good class of 1979 guy, was out there doing all the food, and he's done a great job for us as well, so we really appreciate all of that. You know, people ask me, why do I want to run for mayor? And the reason is, I just love Erlanger. This is my home. You know, Erlanger is where I grew up. Not only is it where I went to school and where my kids went to school, it's even actually where my dad went to school. He's a Lloyd grad as well, so I mean, we go way back. In fact, when my daughter was at Lloyd, you know how they have the pictures of the graduating classes all over the place? She used to say, you know, I can't go anywhere without some Blankenship staring at me on the wall here. So you know, Lloyd is our place. This is our home. This is where I've grown up. This is where I learned to be what I am. It's where my parents have raised me, and I'll let you all decide if they did a good job with that or not. But you know, this is me. This is Erlanger, and that's why I'm running for office, because I love this city and I want to do what's best for this city. You know, Erlanger has always called itself the Friendship City, and even in its government, that has up till recently been true. We've always gotten along on city council, and I think that speaks well that I've got virtually every member of city council supporting me, and many past members of city council. Former administrator Bill Shires over there, and he's supporting me, and I think that means a lot. It says a lot that all of them are coming out to support me instead of the incumbent mayor. You know, we've always considered ourselves a friendly city, called ourselves the Friendship City, and that has been true. Not so much the last few years. You know, I think Erlanger needs a mayor who is going to recognize he can't do everything himself. We need a mayor that knows he has to work with the city council, not against the city council, to get things done. We have to have common goals and common efforts and common objectives and work together to get there. we've been really blessed in Erlanger with an excellent city council for the last several years. As long as I've been there, we've been a great city council. And we all disagree on occasion, but I never had to wonder if I disagreed with Patty here. Well, gee, what's her motive here? I knew what Patty's motive was. It's what's good for Erlanger. That was her motive. And usually we agreed, and sometimes we didn't. It was just the way things worked. Sometimes you agree, sometimes you disagree. We never had to worry that anybody was trying to do anything but what was best for Erlanger. None of us were trying to use Erlanger as some stepping stone to other city office. We all grew up in Erlanger. We're all part of Erlanger. We aren't just somebody who recently came to Erlanger. Erlanger is what I am. It's where I grew up. It's where I went to school. It's where I raised my family. It's where I put my business. My business is down here in Erlanger, just down the street, not in Florence like some people's are. So that's where I am. We can do this. This support that I get here tonight is really gratifying to see. There's a lot of good people here. I really appreciate you all being out here for me. I appreciate the support I've seen so far, and I know you're going to be with me the rest of the way. We got a great plan for how to do this, but we got to get Erlanger back on track is what we got to do. We've kind of gone off the track a little bit the last few years. We got to get back on track, and we got a great plan for how to do this with a great committee. I'd like to introduce Brandon for you. He's going to talk to you a little bit about the plan and tell you what we're going to do. Brandon,
right.
It's Brandon Ferris. Great guy.
What's up, everybody? I've got a couple of things I'm going to pass out just so you can get a vibe for what we're doing. So in addition to being the guy with the beard that may or may not need to shave, I do have some strategy. I do work, my background's in advertising, film, video, and